So first of all, it's been a while since I've done this double bloody decker. I should keep the minions happy. And second of all, this is the toy for today. It's a friend of mine's. It's not mine, sadly. The BMW S1000RR HP4. So yeah, I just had quite a leisurely cruise in. And you remember a while ago I did a video on the 1199 Panigale. Is it an everyday bike? I mean, can it be used as an everyday bike? My conclusion was kind of no. I mean, you can use anything as an everyday bike if you want, but it's not going to make life particularly easy for you. Do my old flappy bits up so I don't scratch the paint. Not left anything there? No. And we're off. We are bloody off. So it's December. It's probably 5 degrees. It's cold. There is a test of whether you can use a bike daily. This is it. Going into London, I've just been on the motorway. Quite a pleasant cruise on the motorway. Ridden an HP4 at the Fast Bike Sports Bike of the Year in Portimao, but I only had a few laps on it. I just didn't want to crash it, so I didn't really experience it as a road bike. This is my first opportunity to kind of have some time on my own to kind of sit with a bike and understand it. I mean, that's kind of what you need to do, and that's actually quite a good word of advice. If you go on a test ride, make sure it's longer than an hour if possible, because if you want to buy something, by the time you jumped on it and kind of got used to it after 20 minutes, if you take it back, you're only going to remember certain parts of that experience, and you need to live with it for ideally 24 hours if you can, and do your normal route that you normally do. I mean, I had one of these. I had the standard S1000RR in blue, and it's very similar, obviously, apart from the electronic suspension and the extra bits and bobs. And when it's in slick mode, oh, the light's about to go, but when it's in slick mode, you get these extra options here. So you can actually, I don't know if you can see this, please don't run over my foot. See this number going up here? Oh, press the wrong button, this one. That's affecting how much traction you want or don't want. And I've now just set a lap timer. I don't know how I've done that. This thing is so fast. It's so fast and so smooth that you really don't know how fast you're going. It's difficult to keep it within the limit. The quick shift is gorgeous. The fueling is gorgeous. There's no kind of jerky, beef jerky on it. I mean, there's just gallons of power there, and whether you'd ever actually get to use it or not. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Is debatable, because I'd argue you just can't on a road. I mean, it's difficult to use it on circuit. That's why these bikes with, you know, encroaching 200 brake horsepower, that's why they've got all these electronic aids, because it's uncontrollable. It'd be really nice to be able to get in front of this guy. Yeah. And we should be able to get in front of this guy. He stops eating his sandwich. We should be able to get in front of this guy. And this guy. And possibly even this guy. Let's go around the side here. Yeah! Can I get through? Yeah! Yeah! Oh, liberation after being on the big GS. So what's it like to ride? Very smooth, very comfortable. As I said, it's about 5 degrees today. It's cold. Heated grips. You know, it's those little things that make your life just so much better. We're on a set of brand new super courses, which is obviously not the best winter tyre, but they're doing all right. They're not losing traction. Oh, the fuzz. Come on, Audi prick, pick a lane. I do have one little issue with it. This bike is that because this ride-by-wire throttle is so smooth. I mean, you're never going to win. You're never going to win all of these arguments, because you take one thing away and it makes another thing worse. But because it's so smooth, it's difficult to blip the throttle there's like a softening agent in there. So that's something you put in your washing machine. It smooths out this throttle response. So when you blip the throttle, there's a little delay. When you're riding it, that delay is useful because it smooths it out a bit. But when you first get on one of these and you pull away, it feels like you're going to stall it because you need to apply a bit more throttle. And that is the same on the standard S1000 as well. So it's not just this bike, it's not just the HP source. If you're the type of car that likes pulling wheelies and shit and cocking around, but you still want to have traction control, that's quite good because slick mode takes the anti-wheelie off, but you can still beef up the traction for a bit more safety, if that's the type of kind of bipolar person you are, where you want safety and wheelies. What a wanker. Another wanker. Oh, what a slut. Electronic suspension. On the road I love it. On the track I liked it as well. It's the future. It's gonna happen to everything. And yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of like analog things, but being able to just rock up at a touch of a button to a circuit or going out on a Sunday ride and just flick around with some knobs and whistles and set the bike up better, which ultimately is safer and you get more enjoyment out of the ride, then I can't see a problem with that. So basically, it's an excellent bike. There's no reason why you couldn't use this all year round. The only thing that would put me off using it all year round is just ruining it, which is why I didn't buy one, because I just didn't want to ruin it, because it's almost too valuable. But then if you've got the cash, then go for it. Why not? It's an excellent bike, and compared to the 1199 Ducati, which it's growing on me way more, and the 1299 looks better. But could you use it as an everyday bike? This is definitely, if you wanted to ride every day, this is the machine that will make your life easier. It doesn't make you feel as special as the Ducati does. And for a lot of people, that's what they want. You know, they spent, actually this is effectively cheaper than the Ducati, but still, they've spent a lot of money and they want to feel like they've spent it well. And they're going to enjoy it. And even though this is faster everywhere and probably a better motorcycle, it still lacks that kind of, well, it doesn't stop as many people in the street. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. What a cockface. This is going to be not a great percentage faster in getting to work than anything else. You know, even my GS. You know, the only reason it potentially would be a lot faster is because you can fit through smaller gaps. It's nothing to do with the power, it's nothing to do with the electronic suspension. Those things, they're all tiny, tiny elements that will help you achieve a fast lap time. No one gives a shit if you can go down your road, your favourite road on a Sunday, 5/10 faster than you can on the older model. No one cares about that. But it is nice to ride one of these. But I've forgotten I'm riding it, if you know what I mean. I love it. And at the Sports Bike of the Year, this is the bike I chose that should be the Sports Bike of the Year over the Aprilia. But that's because it came down to lap times, and I think I would be able to ride this bike faster. At my level of riding, I thought I'd be able to ride this faster than the Aprilia. So that's why I chose it. I've forgotten I'm on the flagship sports bike from BMW, and that's the difference, I guess. And in some ways that's a good thing, because if you've forgotten you're on it, it's not intimidating. Oh, it is not intimidating at all, this bike, by the way. It really, oh fucking hell, we're cocked up now, aren't we? Look at that. You wouldn't want that to fall on your head, would you? I wonder if I have to stop traffic for it. So it's not that I'm unimpressed by this bike, it's incredible. I think my own attitudes to certain bikes are changing over the, they're changing since I've ridden quite a few different... Oh, what a fucking arsehole. So yeah, it's not that I'm unimpressed by this in any way. It's an incredible machine. But you can do everything on this, and if you've got the money to support it and you don't mind getting it, you know, a bit dirty and a bit, you know, average kind of tank marks where you put stuff and you strap luggage to it, then it's got to be one of the best bikes in the world ever, because you could just drive this to the south of France. The fuel range is pretty good on it. You can strap shit to it, comfortable-ish for a pillion. It's got everything that you could possibly want. So is it an everyday bike? Absolutely, absolutely. Is it as passionate as silly things in flaming red paint? Probably not. But are you a Porsche or Ferrari man? It's the same question. All these bike reviews, it's all nonsense. Just go and buy the one you like the look of and deal with the consequences.